chest and upper back. So let's get our shoulders mobile. First up, open books. Lie on one side, bring your opposite knee over. So right now I'm on my left, my right knee is over, I'm holding this knee down. Now my upper body is gonna come up and around. Ooh, yeah, feel that lower back stretch, feel the upper back stretch. Exhale into it, try to get the shoulder to touch the ground. Come back around, inhale, we're doing 15 of these each side. Yep, we can all begin if you're not already. People at home, got a lot of work ahead of us. All right guys, next up on mobility, Scarecrow. Still moving those shoulders in all planes of motion. So now we're gonna pull up, back, and then rotate from the shoulder back down. So from the side profile, up, here, externally rotate, then back down. So I saw this morning. It was like up, 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 up with the wrist. It's not really a wrist movement. You're looking to get that shoulder moving in all planes of motion. Okay? So we're doing 15 Scarecrow. If you don't have any weight at home, that's fine. You can just use body weight. But really try to get that shoulder to rotate backward. Pull, 15 reps. All right, guys, in your chat, I'm not sure if I put it actually for the warm-up how many sets you're doing, but it's 4, 3, 2, 1. So the first exercise you're doing 4 times, and then 3, and then 2, and then 1. So the best way to look at it is you're doing 1 full superset of everything, and in the last exercise, you're just eliminating off the rounds. Make sense? So your first one, hammer these push-up, HRPU, simple stuff. Okay, squeeze your glutes, keep the trunk nice and tight. Regular push-up. Really try to activate your upper back. Pinch back and push up without letting your hips come down. So you don't want to do this kind of rolling motion. You want to keep your core nice and tight. Don't let your hips come down first, and make sure that upper back gets fired up. Okay, 10 reps. Easy breezy. Next up, 12. I'm just kneeling because it's easier. Squeeze your glutes, keep that trunk tight, pull apart. Right? If you're at the ends, it's very easy for you. Guess what? Level your shit up. Go a little bit further in. Really get that upper back pinched. I can't stress it enough. We're doing chest today, so it's super important to get the upper back muscles fired up. Okay, we're doing 12 of those. Next up, plank up, down, also known as a super plank. So good solid core here. Squeeze your glutes, tuck underneath, and then up, 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 down, down. So whatever side you come up with, that's going to be the same side you come down with. And then you got to level it up and do the other side. Okay, that's one thing to think about. Another thing is to think about pulling your hand to replace your elbow back here. So you get more tricep work out of it, as opposed to just flipping your hand over. If you just flip your hand over, you're going to end up in this really shitty plank position. Okay? So those are some things to think about. We're doing 12 of those, depending on your fitness level. Either 12 total or 6 each to add up to 12. Your call. And then Renegade Row, you're only doing 1 set of these, so try to make them as strong as possible. I'm going to say it again. What am I going to say, Heather? What's the first thing I say every time?
But
There you go, perfect. Squeeze your glutes, tuck your butt underneath. Try to keep those hips stable. Try not to move your hips. Okay? It's only 8 each. You're only doing 1 round. So take your time with those. That's your warm-up. Please don't rush through it. All right, guys, your work period. It's gonna take a good chunk of your workout. And that's why I left the finisher open, because if you're in-house, this may take you the rest of the workout. If you're at home, you may get done quicker because you don't have weights to progress to, or you don't have distractions of mini conversations that we have when we're in studio. But if you get through the work period and there's still time left, I'll throw some different exercises at you guys. A, based upon your fitness level, and B, based upon what I feel like you can be benefiting most from. But that's the finisher. Let's get to the work. So there's 4 exercises. Your first one, if you guys check in the chat, Heather, we can just look at the board, obviously. The first one is by itself. That's gonna be a progressive overload, okay? So I have 8 to 4, meaning you're gonna start 8 reps and then go heavier, drop your reps. Obviously at home, if you don't have that many weights to progress to, you guys are just gonna slow your reps down. I would suggest doing 10 reps with a 7 to 10 second rep each time. So 4 to 5 seconds on the way down, 4 to 5 seconds on the way up. Okay, classic hypertrophy strategy, but here I'd like to see you go a little bit heavier each, okay? So you're gonna do, let's just, for example, 1 set, chest press. Then you're gonna rest about 30 to 40 seconds. And then you're gonna go into the little 2 exercises in the middle there as a burn. And then you're gonna give yourself a nice little rest, 30 seconds or so, and then you're gonna do your V-ups. But you're gonna run through in that order. Does that make sense? Got it? At home, thumbs up, thumbs down. Perfect, all right. So chest press, just a couple things to talk about because I like talking and I like giving you guys education about why you're doing shit. The chest press is really coming from your upper back. Obviously you're using your chest muscles in your front, but those back muscles are being the support system. So when you're doing your chest press, think about pinching your shoulder blades back. Basically doing a reverse row, right? So you're pulling back your elbows, pinching your shoulder blades. Now you have support back there. Now you could use that to press, obviously, right? Simple stuff. Back, I'm gonna keep on saying it. Shoulder blades back, then press up. You'll have more power. And also think about your elbows going towards your waist, not out here, okay? Those are just a few things you can pay attention to at home. Again, you can always go into a tabletop position and get more core work out of it. It's always an option. After your rest, I don't have it here. After your rest, after that set, you're going to go into a sumo deadlift, high pull. I'm grabbing this very awkwardly because it's a dumbbell, not a kettlebell, right? But I'm also grabbing this. Right? Where are you pulling from? Upper back, getting those elbows up nice and high, okay? Also think about your hips being rotated out and your glutes doing the work. 15 of those with a superset of pullovers. Put this bench, you guys can see it. Pullovers, you're gonna be working your lats, okay? So, you guys have a bench. At home, you can probably use the floor, you're not gonna get as much range of motion. But if you are using a bench, make sure your head's being supported and your upper back's being supported. Interlace your hands around the dumbbell, thumb, pointer finger, lock it up so you don't drop it on your face, God forbid, if you get tired or you get slippery with your hands from sweat. Fix your elbows in a fixed position, not 45, maybe a little less than that, or more than that, I should say. Now, drop your hips down, big inhale, keep your elbows in that same position. You don't want to bend. It's not a tricep movement, okay? It's a lat movement. So keep it fixed. Inhale on the way down, go back as far as you can go. Keep it fixed in that position and you're bringing it toward your sternum. You don't have to go any further past your sternum. Your lats are already engaged at that point. Okay, but don't bend your elbows. Try to keep them fixed in that position. You're doing 12 of those as a superset. And then a couple seconds rest and you're doing your V-ups, simple stuff. Trying to do it because I'm a little bit OCD and I have to go through every exercise. Big exhale on the way up and then back down. Okay, 12 of those bad boys. And those are your 4 exercises. If you have time, you're gonna do 1 extra set of chest press. If you look at the reps or the sets. I'm not even sure if I put that in the chat. But it's 6 chest press and 5 everywhere else on the work period.